Gardeners Mike. Today's video we're going to tackle some of this crown molding and finishing touches for the top cabinets while we wait for a couple of base cabinets to come in. So basically what we're going to have to do, since our crown molding, I don't know if you can see this, there's not much of a gap here to mount the crown molding to. So what we're gonna have to do is grab I have some 2x3s I was using to help mount the cabinets up here. Basically we're gonna sit them down into the groove here, and then we're gonna have to kind of rabbet them with the table saw. That way when they sit up here it'll kind of be flush with the front of the cabinet. You'll see as I do it. But basically this is 3/4 of an inch up and then 3/4 of an inch out. And then, so I already cut these lengths because of the cabinets. I have to cut, so this was like 22, this was 28, and that was 28. So it can't be one long piece, but I already cut them to size, and I'll show you guys cutting the we'll have to pass it through the table saw a couple times to get it so that it sits flush with the front of the cabinet. And then once those are tacked in with the air nailer, we'll go ahead and cut our crown molding, and then we'll have the 2x3 to mount the crown molding to, and then it should all look pretty nice. So we do have to, on this side here, we have a decorative door as well as a skin panel. So a skin panel goes over and then the door. So we might have to make some changes over here to get, you can't see, to get the crown molding. I'm not sure. I guess it would be the same as this door. So the crown molding will sit flush along here, and then we should be good to go. All right, so let's get started with that. Like I said, I already cut the 2x3s, so now we just have to rabbet them on the table saw in order to get them to sit flush. So let's do one and we'll try it out and see how it works, okay? Alright guys, moving right along here. So as you can see, we got all of our pieces trimmed up. They're all up here. If you take a look at one, I didn't put them in yet. But this is what you end up getting. Shoot it that way. That way it can overhang. And if you look here, it's pretty darn flush. So before I tack them in, I am going to work on the sides here. They ship you, the idea with these sides, they're decorative sides. What you got to do is, here's a wall skin, or wall cabinet skin. It's not cut to size though, so I have to cut that down. And then basically that gets put on and tacked up, and then I have a door here, door front facing, door face, and that'll sit there. So I kind of want to get all that in place before I go ahead and start cutting or working on the molding. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rip that down, cut it to size, tack it up, put the door on, and then we'll be good. Alright, a little bit of an update here. We got these skins cut to size. I did mess up right there. Actually, right here is where, on the other side, the metal bracket is that we installed just on the cabinet. So when I hit that spot, it jacked the nail all up. Actually, I pulled it out. Let's see if I can remember where I put it. I didn't throw it away. Oh well. Anyway, so the idea is to again put this panel up, this door panel, and I think I measured my finish nails. If I hit it from the inside, we should be, it'll go through and not come out the front. That way we don't get a little nick from the nail gun. See these here? These will get covered up. That one actually didn't hold. These will get covered up with the door, so it's not too bad, but I don't want to put any nicks in the door itself. So if we shoot them from the inside out, it shouldn't go all the way through. These are all tacked in now, all across here. And I installed this skin as well. It's a little dirty, but this is mounted as well. So what I'm gonna do, I don't wanna put the door skin up, or the door panel up yet on the sides, because I want a second hand to help me guide it, make sure everything's perfect before we shoot the nail through. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and try to trim some crown molding and put that up. Alright guys, moving right along here. As you can see, I think I showed you that last time, this side is just about done. We're just doing these corner pieces. I got one there and one over there. Couple tips when you're doing this. One, if you're using especially a darker wood, you want to take a Sharpie and black out the corners. I know it doesn't match. It should have got a touch-up kit, but I haven't seen it yet. So basically we're just taking a Sharpie and coloring in the corners here. That way when it comes up, it's not, again, especially for the darker ones, you don't see the white peering through if it's not 100% against, which, you know, chances are you probably won't get 100% unless you're really good or really experienced at doing this. So all right, so I wanted to take a second to explain how we're cutting this crown molding. It can be awfully intimidating, but really isn't too bad as long as you have an idea of what you're doing and you really think through the process. Definitely measure twice, cut once, especially because a lot of the crown molding can be expensive, especially the fancier kind. So ultimately, with your miter saw, which we have a dual bevel miter saw here, it would be perfect for cutting crown molding because you can basically lay it flat. Now this isn't the molding that we're using. This is a trash piece that I might actually reuse some of this for the ceiling, but this was pulled off the ceiling. Obviously, as you can see, it's broken a little bit. We got to get more of it, but crown molding generally has a flat bottom. It doesn't go to a corner like, say, corner molding would, which makes it a little bit easier. However, with a dual bevel miter saw, you can basically lay it flat and then have your angle, like we have a 45-degree angle set up here now, but then you can also turn as you can see, you can actually I don't want to unlock it here, but you can see the saw has an option, a dual bevel saw has an option of turning this 45 as well. So it's kind of a dual angle cut, which is what you would need in a crown molding cut. However, if you don't have a dual bevel, you just have the single bevel, which is the ability to slide back and forth here, then you can still cut this molding, and this makes it a little bit easier. This is smaller, but basically you want these two sides, the front side here and the back side here to be flat against the back fence here and the bottom. As long as they are flat against each other, and if you're cutting a lot, you can set up a jig to hold the molding in place so it's exact every time. But as long as it's cut like that, then you don't need the dual bevel. And the only thing you have to remember is that you want to cut the molding upside down. So in this case, the molding, the top of the molding is the bottom here, so it actually sits on the wall like this, and this would be the ceiling, and down here would be the wall. So what you want to do is spin it around and cut it upside down, and the reason for that is that you'll get the angles that you want. So in this case, we are cutting 9 1/4 inches with the same angle on each side. So I'm going to actually flip this around up to 45, and this will lock it in place. There we go. And then we're going to cut this one up to 9 1/4 inches. And just to, again, measure twice, cut once, you want to, sometimes you want to flip it around this way, make sure that is what you want, which that was an inside cut, so that's good. We need another cut to do the same on this side, because this will be an outside cut. So we want the same angle, and we just have to flip it around. This is going against the wall, so let's actually flip it back this way. This corner will be against the wall, so we want to measure from that corner 9 1/4. Get a mark on the top here. Actually, no, get a mark on the bottom, because that is the inside of that. And there's 9 1/4. Make a mark. Flip it around again so that it's upside down, and we're going to make a cut right on that corner, and it should line up right. I always like to cut it a little bit big, knowing that I will be back to trim it up, but you can't undo short pieces. So you cut it, see how you look, come back, trim it up if needed. You don't want to undercut it. So let's see how that. As you can see, that after a couple back and forth trimming, that fit pretty good. We were able to get these pieces all up. We were also able to get those up there. I need to buy new pieces for there, so. All right, I'll give you a quick rundown of what needs to be done, what is done and what needs to be done. Looks we finished up this area here. Just needs to be painted, caulked and painted. Around here, all good. We still need to do end molding once the floor is complete. Obviously, we still need to complete the floor. We already started using this outlet, but obviously I have a little bit of a hole there I gotta fix. Need the 2 longer pieces, as I said before. I gotta go pick those up. We are going to order light rail molding for down here. They didn't include that. I didn't realize it when I purchased, but I talked to my sales guy at Lillian Cabinets, and he is going to send those, so I don't have to pay shipping, basically. Send these with these 2 bottom cabinets that are back ordered. We're still waiting for those. I'm not going to do these 2 cabinets until I get these cabinets. That way this cabinet, because I had to disconnect the sink and all, it's a whole big mess that you'll be able to watch and see me struggle through. Basically, disconnect the water lines because of the way I want the cabinets to come down. I have to cut the holes for the piping, and the piping has a T for this, so I had to disconnect and reconnect all the water lines. Disconnect obviously the sink. This whole piece will come off and we'll replace the cabinets and the piece can go back on. Next video, or one of the next videos, I'm going to replace or install the under cabinet lighting. That's coming very, very soon. The floor, obviously, we have a trash masher that's going here. That should be coming in mid-May. That'll complete the island. I have a dishwasher end, and then we can position the island exactly where we want it. Put the molding around that. Put the light in that I ran the wire for the island. We also have to move this light over, and then floor, and then the countertops, which I'm obviously not going to do. I'm just going to have somebody come in and do, but I have to wait for the cabinets obviously to do that. Yeah, that should be it. I still have to add, I got to slide this over and add the wall piece here. The problem is, not a problem, but what I want to do, this piece is warped a little bit. So what I'm going to end up doing is cutting some 1x, I think, maybe 4. I have to go get them though. 4 1x, the same length. That way I'll line it up here, which should give the back of this something to mount to, because just tapping it to this, because there's a gap here, isn't really ideal. We'll need some corner bead here to cover the little bit of a gap that we have, or maybe even that scribe molding that might do the trick too. Yeah, so that'll straighten this piece out. It'll give this, because again, the only thing you're mounting to is here for this board, so that'll give it something here to, you know, secure the whole thing. But other than that, I think that is it. We still have to put these door sides on. I have door sides for here, and this one here, and obviously over there, and on the other side of the island. I have a big piece of skin board to go on the back here once this is done. I don't know. My wife really wants an outlet, which is easily done because I have power here. Once the outlet back for the island, I can't put it here because the door skin is going to be, or the decorative door is going to be on both sides. That's where it was before. It was on the side. Put the skin on, maybe put it there, or I also thought about putting some kind of decorative stone look under there, although I guess it really wouldn't. I'm thinking this through now. It doesn't make sense to put it there because obviously the chairs would block it. I don't know. I'm not sure. So other than that, that is pretty much it. Obviously this doesn't sound like much. A lot of it's real easy to knock out, but some of it's not. And obviously the floor is going to take a while. These cabinets are going to take a little bit to do. And then, and then backsplash. We'll install backsplash all along here once the countertops are in. So that'll be the end of today's video. Again, please subscribe. We did pass 200 subscribers, which is awesome. I will be throwing in probably the next video some kind of giveaway. So if you want to go ahead, comment below. Let's see. Let's comment. Make sure you put good. I don't know. Good luck 200. I know it's not a lot, but we'll throw in a T-shirt, Average Mike T-shirt for anybody who comments below, and I'll randomly pick, and I'll announce it on the video after that. So yeah, if you want a free T-shirt, comment below. Make sure you subscribe, like the video if you like it, turn on post notifications, share it. It'd be awesome. Thank you guys. See you next one.